Pokemon GO has seen plenty of strong Pokemon throughout all these years, and they only got better once Mega Evolutions were introduced in 2020. These allowed existing Pokemon to become a different form and gain increased stats, alongside boosting their typings on the battlefield. Some of these become extremely busted, whilst others become much more than a Dex entry. As of this writing, not all Mega Evolutions are available yet in the game, but there's more than enough to make a top 5 list. And that's what we are here to discuss today. The top 5 worst Mega Evolutions in Pokemon GO. These Mega Evolutions are simply some of the worst in the game and are better suited as Dex fillers or a consideration of using a better alternative. This is just my own personal opinion, so if your top 5 is different, do not hesitate to share it in the comment section as well. But anyways, if you guys enjoy this video, drop a like and also subscribe if you are new, and hit that bell icon to stay up to date on my channel. That would be very appreciated, so without further ado, let's begin. Starting our list today at our number 5 spot, we have Mega Medicham, aka the bootleg Mega Mewtwo X. Now, Mega Medicham is probably best known as a Mega Evolution for newer players. Its attacks are actually really good with counter and dynamic punch, and it also can function as a psychic attacker with Psycho Cut and Psychic, so it can be used as a budget Mega. But here's the thing, both Psychic and Fighting are very meta typings right now. It simply cannot compete in them, since its stats are far too low to even spread them both around. Not to mention, there's another Mega Evolution that is just a better Mega Medicham with same Psychic movesets and better damage output, that being Mega Gallade. Even with some of the worst fighting moves being low kick and close combat, it's still miles better than Mega Medicham. This thing also was very strong in the main series, where it could double its attack with the ability Pure Power. That doesn't exist in this game sadly. Mega Medicham is just simply not that great in this game, and it's probably good for new players or as a budget option, but it's nothing more than a Dex entry for players who are already very far into the game. Furthermore, it's now completely irrelevant in this fighting type meta after the release of Mega Lucario that came with some of the most busted fighting type DPS. One of the most forgettable Mega Evolutions in the game, without a doubt. But anyways, Mega Medicham starts our list at the number 5 spot, and it only gets worse from here on. Coming in as our 4th worst Mega Evolution in Pokemon GO, we have Mega Mawile. Now on paper, Mega Mawile seems like it would be a great Mega Evolution. It has a great Fairy moveset. It has an excellent typing with Steel and Fairy, and also has some decent bulk, which allows it to boost other Fairy types on the field for a good while. That all would have made it great if it actually could deal some big damage. Its attack stat is only 188. Like, why would you use Mega Mawile when you could instead use Mega Gardevoir? Fairies are also not known to be a great typing in this game either, since there's always another type that's superior unless the boss is double weak to Fairy, which is extremely rare to come by. And this thing also has no Steel fast moves that would have made it a viable Steel type. But again, it's still not good in this role, as even Mega Aggron is better than it. And there's also one last Pokemon that will do everything that Mega Mawile does, but better. That Pokemon is Zacian Crown Sword, who will basically do everything better that Mega Mawile does. It might also come with its own boosts to help maintain the boosts Mega Mawile would have. And its signature move, Behemoth Blade, with broken stats, would help skyrocket it in a league much better than Mega Mawil. This is another Mega Evolution that is just another Dex filler with only a few redeeming qualities. Wasted potential on a weak Pokemon. Okay, so now we are truly starting to get into some of the most pathetic Mega Evolutions. Coming in at our number 3 spot on our list, we have Mega Sableye. This one is interesting. Mega Sableye is known for being a very weak Mega in Pokémon GO. It's in a Ghost and Dark meta, both being some of the strongest typings in the game. And its stats are far too low as well, and its moveset is a joke. Even if it had some stronger moves like Shadow Ball or better Dark types, it would still be a weak Mega Evolution due to how low its attack stat is. However, it does have one shining benefit that prevents it from being lower. It boosts both Dark and Ghost, which are an excellent combo to boost against a Psychic boss. Boosting both at the same time, meaning that's one less Mega for someone to bring out in a raid boss. And adding to its excellent boost typing, it's an outstanding one since it resists Psychic types and takes neutral damage when facing a Ghost type. This all is great, but it's Mega Sableye of all Pokemon. It is better than Spiritomb, I can definitely give it that, but let's be honest, both of these spooky little mons are probably best suited as being a Dex filler. So while Mega Sableye may have had its little moment in the spotlight, it's probably best to use something like a Mega Tyranitar or a Mega Gengar instead. Coming in as our second worst Mega Evolution in Pokemon GO, we have a Mega so bad that it actually has the lowest neutral damage of any Mega Evolution. That is Mega Ordino. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave you basically if Blissey had a Mega Evolution. This is its ultimate final form. Like, really? This exists? This one is a pretty crap Mega. Seriously. This one is just a straight troll of a Mega. However, there are some things that hold this back from being number 1. And that is that Ordino gives a spicy 2200 Stardust after you catch it. So it's worth grinding some free Stardust for that. And it also does boost fairy types on the field. And it can do that for a bit as it's quite bulky. But even then, it's outclassed. I'm sorry, but did you not just hear my argument about using Mega Gardevoir for a fairy type Mega? And also my other statement about fairies not being very useful in this game? Why on earth would you use this when much better alternatives exist? Even if you're using it as a generalist, you're probably better off using a Regigigas. Heck, I would go so far as to not use this as a last resort if your Mega Pokemon are on a cooldown, because it won't get you very far. Trust me, Mega Ordino is nothing but a big troll Mega Pokemon in this game, and it could have been number 1 had it not been for its shining qualities I mentioned of it earlier. But there's still a Mega Pokemon that's even worse than Mega Ordino. Who could that be? Well, let's see who it is. And now, coming in at our number 1 spot as the worst Mega Evolution in Pokemon GO, this pick just makes me so mad and disappointed. Mega Kangaskhan. Yes, Mega Kangaskhan. At least the others listed on this list had their minor uses, but this big fella has virtually nothing. It's a pure normal type, which is already not going to get it very far, which is not boosting anything on the field aside from normal types that are completely useless as they can't be super effective against anything. And don't even get me started with its moveset. Not only is its moveset very mediocre, they all lack stab. And Mega Kangaskhan's attack stat isn't too amazing, so this alone makes it completely useless. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, this thing used to be so strong in the main series. Over there, it has an ability known as Parental Bond, which allowed it to attack twice. And it also could use way stronger moves there, with plenty of coverage. In this game, however, Mega Kangaskhan is simply awful. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. I don't think I need to explain much more on how terrible this Mega is. Easily the worst Mega Evolution in this game. Snag a Kangaskhan for the Dex entry, then get enough energy to Mega Evolve it for the Mega Dex entry, then forget it exists. So there you guys go. That's, in my opinion, the top 5 worst Mega Evolutions in Pokemon GO. Now there are some other ones that could have also made this list, but those are nowhere near as bad as the ones that made this list. This is my own ranking and opinion, which will probably never change, as even with some slight buffs to make them better, they will still be some of the worst Mega Evolutions in Pokemon GO. With all that being said, leave a like on this video if you guys did enjoy it, and also remember to subscribe if you're new here, and hit that bell icon to stay up to date with my latest content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak with you guys very soon. Take care of yourselves.